the mid dot, one phone call, get it dead start. Undefeated, top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that coach. You tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
Let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. And I gotta win no matter what, like fourth down, Hail Mary, no punch. Like every time I touch down, I gotta stunt. Randy Moss, yeah, my numbers going up. All these trophies, what do I need any more for? Check the stats up, you can check the scoreboard. Check the stats, Jay Critch, I'm the QB.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the Carolina Panthers. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Here's 2nd and 8. Caught by Sanu. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
He's crashing. He's turning. Kill.
They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On the return, here's Agnew. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Out of the gun, Newton. He's going to air it out deep for Hogan. He's got it at the 15. A big play there for Carolina. And even 60 yards. That pass was heavily defended on 3rd down, but you know what? He's one of the best in the league at body control, and he showed you why there.
So what that tells you is that the guy throwing the football understands his guys, doesn't he? Give them a chance, put it up there, and realize that even in a battle, they're more than likely to come down with the football.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Newton now to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Grady Jarrett in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And they are going to get this one back, it looks like. So nearly like-for-like fumbles, but they hang on to this thing and keep it a turnover.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
That's a tip. It's a tip, ready? Number 53. Great.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Slam.
Now a run with McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Looking at this situation, if you're at the 1, the 2, maybe you go for it. From here, you kick it.
I agree. I think you have to get points in this situation. 4th down, I don't chance it at all. I put the points on the board and go back and regroup.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that
the Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Brian Burns has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. He'll drop to throw. Gets it off to Freeman. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
He'll look to throw. This one caught by Ridley. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Newton. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Yeah, Greg Olsen's back for his 13th NFL season. The last 9 have been in a Panthers uniform. Only 9 games for him a year ago, 7 the season before due to injuries. But when healthy, a 1,000-yard receiver in 2014, 15, and 16.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that 1st down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. He'll bite, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Vic Beasley make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Here's Newton. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and they'll bring up 4th down. So unable to get any yardage at all off of the screen there on 3rd down.
And ordinarily on 3rd down, that's when you want to bring pressure. You get all your guys who want to get after the quarterback. But how about the patience they showed? Read the play, snuffed it out, and made a nice stop.
This is taken at about the 14. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
At the 22-yard line. Ready, get ready. Right there. Switch up, switch up. Back.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. Eric Reed, the former LSU Tiger, making the play on the defensive side.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Agnew now to return. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
At the 29-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. They'll run with McCaffrey. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Check. 20.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. And he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And the Panther 1st down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 18. It's a Carolina 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Newton will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. To throw is Newton. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Vic Beasley in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Only 3 yards on the pickup. They'll be left staring at a 3rd and 14.
Brings up 3rd down.
Ready? Check 45 to mark. Check tight. Ready?
A shotgun snap for Newton. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the 1st.
Even at the age of 30, Cam says it's just a number. Still a real threat running the football. We all know about the touchdowns, but ran for 488 yards last season. That was 4th among all NFL quarterbacks. He can still tote the mail.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so...
And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. They were able to push him backwards on first down, but this time he forces his way in.
I wonder if he went back to the huddle and said, guys, just a little bit more help, and I can get it done on this one. Maybe even overruled the play call from the sideline, just feeling like he had that opportunity, and he wanted to cash it in.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. That's a corner that got in there for the sack. Dante Jackson. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. This is brought in by Hardy. A gain of 22.
Justin Hardy's sort of an undersized guy at 5'10", but he runs physical and he runs tough. In fact, his teammates call him the Wolf because of his special teams play. How about that play right there? Nice job picking up the first down.
On the draw, this will be Freeman. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite an excellent display of footwork. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Steps away to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Mario Addison able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go. Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Squeeze. You better bring it. Sponge. No. Watch twins. What? Check 99. Hey, check 26. Check nickel.
They'll set up a throw. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part.
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Look at it. Mike 45. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Hey! Watch the safety creep. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
After the run, Newton going to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Kill. 8. Hey, turn it up. Check 37. Rush in.
Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. Open man is Samuel, complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we come upon halftime intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire half.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. McCaffrey on the counter. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's McCaffrey. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
They'll try the air now with Newton. That's going to be caught by Samuel. 12 yards there and a first down.
Complete to Curtis Samuel. A gain of 12. First down, Carolina.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Newton. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And pretty good running as he'll be close to a first down at the Falcons' 39.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Off play action. Newton. And Thomas has it. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
Right to the 3. And let's get that home.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. From the gun, here's Newton. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
On first down, Newton. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And open here is Hogan. He's got it. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. This will be caught at about the 6. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of...
He's got it at the 15. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 62 yards.
I don't think we'll ever get enough of watching one-handed catches, and when they pay off, they are spectacular. But how about the times they don't pay off and coaches go, 2 hands still works.
I know, but they go for them so often now that I'm almost starting to take them for granted.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, isn't it? Because these are sensational type plays.
Especially that one with the defender right there. On first down, it's Freeman. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
2nd and 6. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone. I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A run there on first down gets 3 up to the 28. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
This is McCaffrey. He'll have a first down past the 40, and he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
45. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, I don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
3rd and 11. And some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime. Out of the gun, Newton. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards and a Panther first down. Newton now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Check curls, check curls, check curls. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. You. Alert flare.
And he's got some space here. Extending the arm. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
I'm glad we were paying attention during the rules seminar because we learned the only time you can't advance a fumble like that is in the last 2 minutes of either half.
Right. Other than that, if that ball's out, whether forward or backwards, it's live and free for anybody.
No doubt about it. When you say free, that means he's got free reign to pick it up and go. That's exactly what happened there. Took it in for a touchdown.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the 1st.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot, not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just a touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons cut into that lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Ready?
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
That's it. 388. Stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Vic Beasley has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20.
He's coming. Double up. Tighten up. Tighten up. Tighten up.
Back to throw. Newton. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And all the way down to the 37. A big play there for Carolina. 43 yards.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. Newton on first down. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Hustle, hustle. Let's go.
5 yards will get them back to the original line of scrimmage, but now they're looking at 3rd and 10.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Ready? Right to the 3. Ready? Bad left, bad left.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident.
Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. And this is going to be back-to-back tackles for a loss here as the Falcons' defense yet again drops him behind the line.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Newton completes it to Samuel. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Falcons grab it.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th.
Watch the run, watch the run. Shoot, watch the shoot. Watch twist.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Jones has it. And he gets this up just shy of the 15. 14 yards there and a Falcon 1st down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, but it's going to be second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Ross Cockrell. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning, threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
20.
Play action. It's Newton. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Gano now to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Looking to throw. This one caught by Ridley. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. At the Panthers.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Back to throw. He completes it to Jones. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down. Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by James Bradbury, and he will take it out to the 25-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game. And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Second and 6, just inside the 30. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Newton now to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see? Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The final score now from that game at Lambeau. And it was the Packers who were able to come away with a victory there. A victory there would mean their 6th on the year. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for the Panthers, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.